Imagine that it is your senior year of high school and you have a 4.5 GPA. You are all set to attend a 4-year college on a full scholarship. Your entire college career is etched in stone and your future is set. Then imagine that you learn your GPA does not matter, and you cannot accept that full scholarship because you are an undocumented immigrant. This is an all too familiar story for many students at Kingsbury High School whose education was abruptly interrupted. Their parents immigrated to the United States when they were just toddlers, but did not go through the process to obtain citizenship. As a result, these parents have lived in the United States as undocumented immigrants, and their children have gone to school with opportunities of higher education hanging in the shadows. Thomas Gould, a U.S. District Court Clerk, spent 4 days at Kingsbury High teaching citizenship classes.
There is a deferred action plan available to school-aged children that can protect them from removal proceedings and that also allow them to get, for example, Social Security numbers, work permits, allows them to get driving licenses when they turn the proper age. None of that is available to an undocumented individual.
Passionate about immigration reform for students, he believes that it will be up to them to help reform immigration policies that make it less difficult for undocumented students to obtain full citizenship.
What they're going through is having to live without full citizenship rights. So in talking to the students, I really had two motivations. One, they need to understand the problem because it's their generation, I think, that's going to have to fix it. And they need to be educated about the problems, even though many live the problem, being themselves undocumented or living in families where the parents are undocumented. The fact remains that they'll probably have to be dealing with the outcomes of any change or actually implement the change.
It is estimated that 12 to 30 million immigrants do not have documentation, which classifies them as illegal or undocumented. With President Obama's recent executive order granting deferred action to 45% of undocumented immigrants, change seems to be happening. Deferred action plan policies were slightly relaxed to protect school-aged children from deportation. However, Patricia Henderson, the senior trio advisor at Kingsbury High, who directly deals with undocumented students daily, says more needs to be done.
Last year, our number 2 in the class, he was all set to go to MTSU. He had a 4.5 GPA and didn't have the money to go. He had scholarship, everything from MTSU. He didn't have enough money to go to school. And that is sad.
Another barrier to helping students get on the path of citizenship is lack of trust. Many of their parents escape dismal circumstances and fear if they seek guidance in obtaining citizenship, they will be deported back to discouraging environments and their families torn apart. U.S. District Court Clerk Thomas Gould says the purpose of the classes is to help these particular individuals, not to deport them. Some of Kingsbury's students concur. Karen Solis, a senior at Kingsbury High and a deferred action student, says starting the process of gaining citizenship was a wise decision.
My family was afraid to do the program because they were afraid that the government would have my name and my information. They were afraid that something could happen. But my mom was like, you've been here like this for a while, and if this is closer to you having more rights as an American citizen, then we should do it. And so we did it, and now I have a work permit and I'm allowed to study here.
The road to immigration reform that benefits everyone is long ahead. However, with new legislation protecting more undocumented workers, with Thomas Gould, Patricia Henderson, and the entire staff of Kingsbury High School, the road may be a long one, but it will be one walked with guidance and support.